I'll have questions. First of all, this is the third time I've been in this press area, and this is by far the best feeling I've had. So we thought we had a chance here 4 years ago when Matt was the head coach and a really good team, and then got worn out pretty good in 21. And so I want to start. I thought Baylor competed really, really hard tonight, and I think that's a credit to Dave. You know, when you have rough years, and we had it last year, and our kids really competed, and we won our finale last year at Oklahoma State and won 2 of our last 3, and that really set the stage for us to kind of make a turn, and went really young, and that's what they've done too, and they played a lot of really young players, and I thought they competed really hard. I thought that defensively they had a lot of answers for us in the second half, and then offensively kept us off balance, kind of bittersweet for me because a guy that was a student coach for us at Kentucky and then worked for us for 2 years, he returned 2 kicks against us today. And Tyler Hancock, who's their special teams analyst, so I'll be happy for him at some point. Not right now, but at some point I'll be happy for him. But, you know, I think that when you look at this game, we didn't play very well. You know, we just did not play very well. You know, offensively, we did some good things in the first half. Defensively, really didn't play much first half-wise. You know, the 2 kickoffs were huge. You know, we just got beat in one-on-one blocks, and that should never happen. And so can't explain it. We'll watch film on that, but that's just not good enough. That's not who we've been on special teams, and that's not what we're going to be moving forward either. And then in the second half, offensively, we got behind the chains, got some penalties. And then, you know, in that last drive, you know, we were able to save our timeouts. We used them, and Garrett's really good at the 2-minute drive. We scored 2 touchdowns tonight with a minute or less than a minute and a half both times with 0 timeouts. And he's good. His ability to run, gets the ball down the field vertically. I thought our protection, nobody's going to talk about this, but our protection, we 5-man protected on the last play that we got Jaheim out up the sideline. And that's a play that we've been running going back to first week of spring practice, and we haven't ran in a game yet. And we run it every 2-minute drill in practice. And so they hung in there versus a really good blitz and picked them up, and we got the ball, and Garrett made a great play. So I'm really proud of our guys. You know, good win, gets us to 8, gets us to 6 conference wins, which I think is significant. So with that, I'll take questions.
Despite the half, those who kick off the drive kept them alive and gave them a spark and motivated.
Yeah, I've really felt coming in, you know, they played well for 3 quarters last week, and they had some drops, but they really got open a lot. And, you know, sometimes when, for whatever reason, when you have, you know, a backup has to come in, like people rally around him, and I thought they did that offensively. And they played with really good energy. They had some good, like I said, they had some good defensive answers versus us in the second half. We didn't play as well, and, you know, really for the first time all year, penalties really hurt us and got us behind the chains. You know, it's hard to operate when it's 2nd and 20-something. You know, I thought one of the holding penalties was absolutely not a hold. The one that took the really long run, the long run away, that was a really good block by Wyatt. So I disagree with that one, but hey, it's hard to officiate. They're going to miss some too. I promise you I didn't have all the right calls. So, but no, I never felt really comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable at halftime, and but we found a way. Yeah, I was just telling our staff, we do these 2-minute drills. You know, if somebody else does them more, you know, maybe so, but we do them a bunch. And, you know, that's something that I learned from Mark when I was at Kentucky. There's a lot of situational football, and we do it. And Garrett's been around, you know, and here's the thing. In practice, there's a lot of mistakes in these 2-minute drills. But they're also learning points, you know, and we kind of just let him play. And, you know, I think that he's like my oldest daughter, you know, like some lessons are hard. And so you got to learn them by doing them. And so he's learned some hard lessons and some 2-minute drills in practice, but those have really helped him become kind of the 2-minute guy he is now. And so that's a real odd situation. You got it on the 1 yard line with 15 seconds to go. It was first and goal, and so it felt like we would have time to spike it off the run, and so that's what we would have done. Yeah, so like let me tell you something. I can't say enough about Zach Frazier, and so appreciative of him and his family, and I think one play sums up who he is for his entire career, and I just hope our fan base really understands that a young man from Fairmont. Um, I think he's the best center in college football. Um, he but this is how smart he is and how tough he is. So he had an injury that's significant. Not something that's going to be long term, but he probably won't play in the bowl game. And he limps off because he knows that it's a 10-second runoff if he stays down. And he's, like I said, he's got a lower leg injury, and he limps off on one leg to avoid a 10-second runoff. And I think that speaks to his intelligence, how tough he is, and he's a great player. I plan on doing this for a long time. I don't know if I'll ever coach a center that's better. I've had some good players, but I've never coached one better. So just really fortunate. Kind of bittersweet, really. We win the game at the end, but he gets hurt. So my level of excitement and is subdued because of that. Yeah. Well, it's kind of been the way the rival or the way the game's kind of gone since we joined the conference. They've had a hard time winning at our place, and we've had a hard time winning here. It's a little bit different from a travel perspective. I think that's one thing. The other thing too is last 2 times we came here, they won the Big 12 championship and won 11 games. They were pretty salty both times. And so, I can't speak before then, but the last 2 times they were just better than us. And we gave them all that we could handle in 2019. Thought we outplayed them, but missed and got a field goal block there. And then 21, they were just a lot better than us. Yeah.
They get the ball late. Do coaches think that at all?
No, we were better prepared. Human nature is you think about that. Don't get me wrong. I was more worried about the kickoff than any Hail Mary. But first of all, we were better prepared because they were using their timeouts, which helped them, but it also helps us. We blitzed this time. You learn from your mistakes. I don't. People always ask about regrets. I don't know if you ever have regrets, but if you're in the same situation, you learn from those, and we learned from them. We could have coached that better, and we obviously should have knocked the ball down then, but. We pressured, and I think that was the difference on that play. Well, here's what I believe is we've got really good push all year, right? And we've gotten it right in the A gaps. And Mike Lockhart and Sean Martin just have a knack for it. And so Sean Martin's really long. He's 6'5", and he's got really long wingspan. And so we've blocked 3 field goals this year, but we really came close to a lot. And so what happens is, they watch film, and the kicker's got to change their trajectory on their ball some to get the ball up, especially when it's on the left hash. And so I think that probably helped. The first kick was a long kick, and the second one, I don't want to speak for him, but I think that our pressure does affect. And here's the other thing, man, like it gets to a point where you're due a break. You know what I mean? Like, shit, how many years I've been here? Like we needed one. Sorry, I didn't see Ren's daughter in here, but yeah, but like we were due one, right?
Bowl game. Don't know where yet, so you can't schedule, but
yeah,
you have one.
Yeah. Well, I think 9 wins is significant. I'm preaching to the choir up here at this table because both the left and right know a lot more about the history of the program than I do. But only won 10 games in 16. Haven't gotten to 9 since joining the league. So get the second most wins in Big 12. I think that's significant. You know, we go from 14th preseason. I tried to tell everybody, but picked 14th, and we're going to finish. We're going to finish fourth. Is that where we're going to finish? Yeah, somewhere around there. And so I think that's significant. And then have an opportunity to get to 9 wins. And you know, we'll approach the bowl game like this. Is, you know, and other than bowl game 2 years ago, we've done pretty good in them, and we laid an egg then. But you know, we want to. First of all, we want to win. Second of all, we want to make sure it's an enjoyable experience for our guys because it's a bonus. The next thing is we want to prepare for the next year, and so we can do all those things. But the goal is to get to 9. I was trying to keep it over there close to me. You know, and I think before we talk, let's talk about Hudson Clement. Let's talk about Hudson Clement, man. Like, was it 2 or 3 plays on that drive? You know, and it's a kid from Martinsburg, right? And Martinsburg had a big day today too, I saw. But you know, he made some big plays, and then Preston had to leave, and so we'll know more about him. But made a great catch. You know, I'm surprised he really hadn't caught more. I've tried to talk about the kids from West Virginia we have on offense. You know, I don't know. I ain't been reading what y'all writing, so I don't want to speak too loud. But, you know, we've been pretty good on offense, you know, especially in our league. Like, we've been really, really good on offense. And look at the number of West Virginia guys we have that are heavy contributors. And, again, I'll lean to the guy on my left and right here because they know it a lot more. But I bet you'd be hard-pressed to find this many West Virginia guys making a significant contribution like they are now. All right, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all being here.